Hey, Sierra. I have a very important question for you. I'm wondering if it's possible for you and my brother to pack your things and leave our parents' house as soon as you can. I really want you to leave, preferably right this instant.
Hello, Christina. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say to me. Are you asking me and Sean to move out of our parents' house? What is the reason for that?
I mean, exactly what I just told you. I'm actually pregnant right now. I've decided to spend my pregnancy in a place where I feel comfortable and with people I can rely on.
You're pregnant? That's news to me. Congratulations. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you so much. I had originally planned to stay here during my pregnancy, but my husband unexpectedly had to go on a really long business trip. I don't really have that many friends or people I can trust in this town. I think I'll be much more comfortable spending my pregnancy time at home with my parents.
I'm sure that's true. I definitely think you should be with people you can trust during your pregnancy. Staying with your parents is a good choice.
You agree with me, right? I'm so glad we're on the same page. I'm sorry for you living at my parents' place, but can you please move out? I also plan on staying there for a few months after giving birth until I leave the house again. I want you to go. I'm about to go through the challenging state of pregnancy, so you and Vin need to leave the house. You've been married for a while now. It's time to find a place of your own.
I'm still a bit confused. It's great that you want to be home during your pregnancy, but why are you trying to kick us out of the house? I think it would be better for you to have more adults around who can help and support you. Both Sean and I would be willing to help you whenever you need us. I've been told that I'm a very caring person. I'm sure I can be of assistance to you during your pregnancy.
It's just fine without you and Sean. I won't need either of your help. There's no way I'm letting you or Sean near my baby once it's born.
Why is that? I don't understand your intention.
You're both dirty and unhygienic. How can I risk the health of my precious child being around you? I really don't want any of you to help me. In fact, I don't want you near me.
What did you just say about us? Do you think we're dirty and unhygienic? Are you referring to me and Sean?
Who else would I be talking about? Don't act foolishly anymore. Mom said both you and Sean still work at the factory.
Well, that's true. Do you have a problem with that?
Of course I have a problem with that. I think it's disgusting. Don't you spend your whole day in sweaty, dirty uniforms making things?
I think you're exaggerating things a bit.
Just thinking about your working conditions makes me sick. It must be a perfect breeding ground for bacteria and contamination. There's no way I'll let dirty people like you near me or my baby once it's born. Honestly, I don't want you touching anything in the house either.
You're really blowing things out of proportion, you know? Both Sean and I work at a factory, but it's not unhygienic at all. We take care of our hygiene at home, too. We make sure to shower every day and keep our living space clean. I think you don't understand what it's like to work at a factory these days.
I apologize if I offended you by stating the truth. Don't be so angry.
What did you just say?
I have no interest in hearing your lame excuses. The only thing I want from you is to pack your bags and get out of my parents' house with Sean. You have overstayed your welcome here, and you have no say in this matter. Even my parents have given their consent for you to leave. They're on my side, and they support my decision.
Wait a minute. Don't get so angry and irrational. Are you telling me that your parents actually agreed to throw us out on the street? Do they really have no sympathy for us and our situation? Are they blindly following your orders without questioning them?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. And you should know by now that I've always been their favorite child. They respect me, and they trust me because I've made them proud of me. They don't have an attachment to you or Sean. They told me in clear words that they don't mind if I kick you both out of the house.
I don't understand what has gotten into all of you. How can you be so cruel and heartless? How can you think it's okay to suddenly kick us out of the house without any notice or any help?
Whether you understand it or not, it's happening right now. So don't waste your time and start looking for a new place to stay. I don't care where you go or how you manage. I just want you to leave, like, as soon as possible. I want to go back to my home and enjoy it without you.
Hey, sweetheart. I'm really sorry for interrupting you while you're busy at work, but there's something important that we need to discuss as soon as possible.
It's okay. You can tell me anything. What is it that's bothering you?
I think you've been working too hard lately and you deserve a break today. How about we go see a movie together and have some fun?
That sounds like a wonderful idea. I would love to go to the movies with you. I've had a pretty good day at work so far until Christina sent me a message.
Christina contacted you? That's very unusual. She hardly ever talks to us. What did she want from you?
Did you know that she's pregnant right now? She told me that she's expecting a baby and that she plans to move back home during her pregnancy.
What? Are you serious? I had no clue about that. She never said anything to me about being pregnant. I'm happy for her. I hope she's doing well and taking care of herself. It would be great if she comes back home and we can all be there for her throughout the pregnancy. Let's think about what we can do to make things as comfortable and convenient as possible for her.
That's exactly what I thought too. I would be more than happy to help her out in any way I can. But then she told me something else that shocked me. She wants both you and me to move out of the house before she comes back. She doesn't want us to be around when she returns home.
She wants us to leave? Why does she want that? The house is quite spacious and there's enough room for all of us.
She thinks that we are dirty and unhygienic factory workers, in her own words. She said that once she has her baby, she doesn't want us to be anywhere near her child.
Did she really say that to you?
Yes, she did. She honestly believes that factory workers like us are filthy and unsanitary.
What's wrong with her? Is she looking down on us just because we both work at a factory? Does she think she's better than us because she married a rich guy?
I don't think she had a very negative and biased view of factory workers. She doesn't appreciate the hard work and dedication that we put into our jobs.
I can't believe that she said that to you. You don't need to worry about any of this nonsense. Just enjoy the rest of your day off and forget about her. I'll deal with Christina about this issue after I finish work. I'll let her know that we have no intention of moving out and that we don't care what she thinks or feels about us.
But then there is another problem that we have to face. Your parents agreed with Christina's request. They also want us to leave the house.
My parents agreed to this ridiculous idea? They also want to kick us out of the house?
Yes, they do. I really don't want to continue living with your parents if they don't want us there. They don't respect us or our choices. Let's find a new place for just the two of us. This could be a great opportunity for us to move out and start the next phase of our lives together.
I'm so sorry about my family, Sierra. I almost forgot about it, but my parents have always listened to whatever Christina said. She's been their favorite child ever since she was born, and they always side with her on everything. Even when Christina and I fight, I'm always the one who gets blamed and punished.
I had no idea about that. I've been living with you and your parents for a while, and I've never noticed anything like that.
It's not been so obvious since she got married and moved away. In fact, they've been pretty nice to me ever since. I guess they finally decided to show some affection for me when I was the only one left around. It made me feel quite happy to know that they finally cared about me, but I guess some things haven't really changed. Christina is still the favorite child and they still do whatever she wants. I'm quite fed up with all of them. You're right. Let's find a new place for just the two of us.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. What shocked me the most was how she insulted both of us for working at a factory. We genuinely enjoy our current jobs and take pride in what we do. We are not ashamed of being factory workers.
I completely agree with you. I can't believe she said that to you. We just decided to live with my parents because they begged us to stay. They said that they were lonely and needed us. If they don't want us around anymore, I'll be more than happy to move out.
I'm actually excited to move out right now. We've also saved up quite a bit of money by living with your parents. I'm sure we can find a beautiful place to live together. I'll go to the real estate agency later today and start looking for a new place for us.
That sounds great. I hope we find a nice place to live. But don't worry about telling my parents about it because they might get angry and upset. It's time for us to live our own lives and be happy together.
I can't believe you haven't moved out after I talked to you. Why do you continue getting in my way? I think I'll help you guys leave by moving all your useless stuff into the yard. Once you and Sean finish work, come and collect all your belongings before we call the trash service to remove them. And never bother coming back inside after you've taken your things. I don't want any of your germs anywhere near me.
What did you just say? Did you really move our belongings out of the house? didn't think that you would act so quickly. You can't do that.
I came home early today. I got so bored staying in my apartment that I decided to come home earlier than planned. Mom and Dad really wanted to see me, and they kept urging me to come home.
You think a week is too long, and you're telling us to move out already?
A week's a long time, you know? That should be more than enough time for you to find a new place. If you still haven't found a place, then it's because you've been lazy. Although, I guess it might be a difficult task for factory workers like you. Smart people like me would be able to find someone to live with immediately. So, you guys are just incompetent.
I've had enough both then, and I take pride in the work we do. We chose to work here, and we genuinely enjoy our jobs. I think you're very wrong to judge people based on where they work. Why can you decide the social standing of factory workers?
It's not just my opinion, it's the truth. As a future parent, I have to protect my children from fools like you and my brother. I don't want to raise a child with bad influences like you around. I'd be shocked if my child ends up being a factory worker like you.
What did you just say? Can you even realize what you're saying?
I explained why you need to leave the house. Hurry up and get your things. I've been kind enough to pile them up neatly for you. All you have to do is pick them up and move them to your new place. Easy, right? Even fools like you should be able to do it.
Where do you want us to move all our belongings once we collect them? My husband and I haven't even decided on a new place.
Why would I care where you take your things? Go live in a park or somewhere. If you still haven't found a place to live after all this time. By the way, I think this part might actually suit you guys. There might be a bunch of dirty homeless people like you. You two would fit in, right? As long as you don't come near me. I don't care where you live.
It seems like you really want us out of the house. Fine, today we'll move out.
You finally understand? I'm grateful for that.
Regardless, I can't stand living with someone like you. I feel exhausted and disappointed just talking to you like this. Anyway, we've planned to complete the new contract for a new place by the end of this weekend. We'll find a hotel in town until we can move to the new place.
I hope you found some new place to move into. I bet you're moving into some old rundown apartment.
Why do you think we would move to a place like that? We plan to move to a high-rise condominium that we've been dreaming of for a long time. Why would we settle for a rundown apartment when we have the money?
What did you just say? Are you delusional?
We've been considering buying a house with a large garden, but both of us aren't really fond of insects or gardening. That's why we decided to buy a high-rise condo with a truly beautiful view. Then really loved the apartment scenery when we went to see it. We didn't hesitate to buy that apartment.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Why are you joking about getting a high-rise apartment? Do you know how expensive they are? You don't know that the second floor of a building does not count as a high-rise condo.
We plan to move to a 30th floor apartment in the city center. Do you think I can call it a high-rise condo?
What did you say? The 30th floor? You must be lying. I know you're very poor. How can you and Sean afford a place like that? You're just factory workers. Your wages are basically minimum wage.
I tell you, stop making assumptions. Both then, and I receive fair wages for full-time work. Sean has been promoted multiple times and is currently a manager at the factory he works for. He earns much more than enough to support the family, but I enjoy my job and work full-time too. I think together we make more money than an average family.
Since when did he become a factory manager? My brother Sean is a manager? I can't believe it. Are you tricking me?
It's been a while. It's not like he owns the company. He was asked by the owner to oversee one of the factories as a manager. He's paid a high salary compared to a regular factory worker. That's why we can afford to move it to a high-rise condo.
You must be lying to me. I've never heard anything like that from my parents. They told me that both you and Vin are just factory workers. I think you only pay half the living expenses when you're staying at my parents' house. Isn't that because you couldn't afford to pay for them?
We've never talked about our jobs with your parents then, and I work at the same place, so we decided not to mention our jobs at home. I don't think we should pay more than half of the living expenses just because we make more money. Besides, I've done most of the household chores, so I don't think we have an obligation to pay rent. Your parents told us from the beginning to pay only half of the living expenses. So I followed them, and I think it's fair.
You lied to my parents?
Say whatever you want. We're moving out soon, and we won't talk to you anymore. We'll come and get our things after we finish work. I have to go back to work now. Goodbye.
Sorry for making you wait. I just cut ties with my parents, so I'll come to meet you. I'm quite tired, so let's go out for dinner tonight.
No problem at all. Are you okay? Did your parents or Christina say anything to you?
They're being dramatic and saying meaningless things. So I'm ignoring everything they say to me. You don't have to talk to them anymore, Sierra. They're crazy people that we don't need to deal with. You can block all of them. It's best not to care.
All right, I'll do that right away. Are you really okay? Completely cutting off ties with your family.
Yes, I'm fine with it. You don't have to worry about everything. I wish my parents loved me a little more, but that's almost impossible. I've always known that they've only cared about my little sister. And I realize that I can't do anything to change that. I'm always here for you. And we love each other, so we don't need a family anymore.
As long as you don't have any regrets.
My parents might try to contact me again after my sister leaves the house, but I'm sure I'll ignore them during this time. I'm tired of being part of that family. It's time for us to leave this house.
Today, let's go eat something delicious to celebrate the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. Finally, you're free from your toxic family, and we're about to move to our dream apartment. We can have anything you want to eat, and I'll pay for dinner tonight.
Are you sure? Thank you so much.
No worries at all. You've had a difficult day today. I'll meet you at the station, and we can grab a drink before heading out for dinner.
I desperately need your help right now. Please respond to me as soon as you can. It's a very urgent matter. They're not answering my calls or messages, so you're the only one I could turn to for help.
What do you want from me? Why are you suddenly reaching out to me after all this time? We've already left the house as you demanded. We complied with your unreasonable requests. So please stop interfering with our lives. We don't want any connection with you or with that house anymore.
I'm truly sorry for what I said earlier. I sincerely regret it, and I'll apologize to you properly later. Could you just please listen to what I have to say now? I'm currently in a really difficult and complicated situation, but I can't share it with anyone else. You're the only one who could help me out from this moment, Sierra. Please help me.
What's going on with you? Can you hurry up and tell me what the problem is? I have no clue what you're talking about.
All right, let me explain everything to you. I finally gave birth to a baby boy last week. He's a healthy and adorable boy that weighs nearly 8 pounds.
Congratulations on that. What's the issue then? It sounds like good news to me.
Yeah, I still haven't told you the bad news. The baby has fair skin.
What do you mean by that? Are you talking about having light skin?
That's exactly what I mean. And he also has blonde hair. There's no way I can show this baby to my husband.
Why not? Aren't you the one that gave birth to that baby? You can't determine skin color just by looking at it. Maybe it's a recessive gene that you didn't know existed in both of your families?
No, it would be better if that were the case, but that's not the truth.
Or are you telling me that you know exactly the reason for what's happening? I guess there's another man involved in this. Someone with blonde hair.
Yes, that's essentially what happened. I honestly thought the baby was my husband's. I only slept with that one guy when I was really drunk. I never thought something like this could happen.
I can't do anything in this situation. I won't do anything to help you get out of this mess. Please stop involving me in your problems. This only happens because of your own actions, so you need to take responsibility for it.
Don't be so heartless. Your sister-in-law is in trouble now. You need to help me. Don't just ignore me and do something to assist me. You know we're practically like a family.
I really can't do anything to help you.
There must be something you could do to assist. There's something only you can do.
What is it?
I want to give my child to you. So I'm begging you, take this child and raise him as your own.
Are you insane? That's impossible.
You and Sean don't have children, right? I thought it would be the perfect gift for you. You must be pretty bored being stuck in the factory every day. And you mentioned having the blonde hair gene. Well, we have that too. My child would fit right in with you.
Stop talking nonsense. I can't believe what you're asking. What's wrong with you? Don't you have any morals? What you're suggesting is horrifying in so many ways.
But there's no way to solve this without getting myself into trouble. I can't let my husband know about any of this. I can't just abandon my own child somewhere and forget about it. You said you have a good salary and some financial freedom. The living expenses for a child wouldn't be too much.
How many times do I have to tell you? It has nothing to do with us and your issues. If you don't tell your husband the truth, we will do it for you. Sean is right here, ready to contact your husband right now.
What did you just say? Please don't contact my husband. I beg you. He's already so stressed about the business trip, so please don't say anything that could make him even more tense. I don't want that to happen.
It's too late for that. Your husband is coming back right now. It seems like you can handle this on your own. I'm glad everything will be resolved quickly.
Wait, he's really coming to talk to me?
I hope you can figure things out. Sean and I have cut ties with all of you, so please don't contact us anymore. I have to go now. Goodbye, Christina. We left the house and cut off all ties with Christina and her parents. We didn't want to have anything to do with them anymore. Despite Christina's continuous pleas, we still decided to let her husband know the truth about the baby. He immediately returned home from his business trip. Once he saw the baby and confirmed that the child was not his biological child, he was furious. He couldn't believe that Christina had cheated on him and lied to him. Eventually, they got divorced and went their separate ways. The child's father, the man Christina had slept with, also refused to accept the baby as his own. He only provided a small amount of money for Christina to support the child, but he didn't want to have any responsibility or involvement. Christina's parents were very disappointed in their daughter, and they realized that they had made a huge mistake. They regretted mistreating us and siding with Christina. They came to our place to apologize and seek our forgiveness. But we didn't accept their apology, and of course, we didn't forgive them. We were still hurt and angry by what they had done to us.